chapter of the Dark Phoenix Saga, the X-Men are teleported upon Lilandra's Imperial Dreadnought, where the Shi'Ar Empire announces that due to her crimes of killing 5 billion people, Jean Grey has been sentenced to death.
X-Men, heed the words of Gladiator, praetor to the Imperial Guard. You stand in the presence of Lilandra, majestic Shi'Ar Empress. Your fate is in her hands.
Lilandra, what's this all about? The X-Men were your friends. Why have you kidnapped us?
True, Cyclops, the X-Men are my friends. I owe you my life, my freedom, my throne, more than I can ever repay. But as Empress, my first responsibility is to my people. To ensure their safety, to ensure the safety of the entire universe, Phoenix must be destroyed!
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like that. It's serious. It's consequences for your actions, all right? Even if you're possessed by crazy dark side.
As I recall, Lilandra, Phoenix stopped your brother from single-handedly destroying the universe. Is this how you repay her?
We had no quarrel with Phoenix then, Cyclops. She seemed a beneficent entity. Though we suspected the full extent of her power and feared it, we did nothing. I believed that Jean could cope with her near-infinite abilities. I was wrong.
So now the X-Men try to desperately explain that Jean is healthy now, she's no longer the Dark Phoenix, they fixed her, but the Shi'Ar Empire says, that's not enough.
Oh no, what are they gonna do?
Much as I personally would wish things otherwise, X-Men, as Empress, I have no alternative. Surrender her, or suffer the consequences!
No! Lilandra, you're speaking of Dark Phoenix. That entity no longer exists. Her power is under control. She's suffered enough. Let her be.
Suffered, Earthling? Tell that to the spirits of Dunbar dead who cry out for vengeance.
But hold up. Since Xavier spent a lot of time with Lilandra and the Shi'Ar Empire, he hung out in their libraries a lot and knows their laws. And he knows that there's a loophole, and he demands a trial by combat.
Oh my gosh, they have that?
Totally! And Lilandra cannot refuse. And so the X-Men are given a day to prepare for the ensuing battle.
I've got a bad feeling about this fight. Can the Professor really split the two entities apart? Suppressing Phoenix, leaving Jean? I hope so. But if push comes to shove, if I have to make a choice, I stand by Jeannie all the way.
For all Beast's bravado, I have a nasty feeling this may be the battle where our luck runs out. When we X-Men fought Dark Phoenix, we were not trying to destroy her, but cure her. We fought out of love. That has not changed.
Today's contest is not a duel to the death, but in trying to save Jean, one of us, or all of us, might die. Damn it isn't fair. After all we've been through, after all the good that Jean's done, to have it end like this. I guess that's what the people on Dunbar thought when their sun exploded. I've been a leader too long. I can see Lilandra's position as clearly as my own. You're dressed as Marvel Girl, but why?
I'm not sure. Nostalgia? Pride? I started as Marvel Girl, and that's how I'll finish. Scott, am I worth it? I destroyed a world. In my mind, I can still hear the screams of the dying, and it felt good. I don't want that feeling ever again, and yet I do.
I know, but to give up? That'd be like saying that Dark Phoenix has won. That you're evil. You're not. Jean, whatever happens, know that I love you. I stand by you.
And I you, Scott, with all my heart. The next day, they're teleported to the blue side of the moon where the battle will take place.
What is the blue side of the moon?
Yes, our moon. It's our moon. And apparently inside the Luthor crater of our moon, there's this area called the Blue Side, which was created by the Skrulls, Kotari, and the Kree about 1 million years ago. It is filled with an ancient alien ruined city that has all this ancient alien technology in it. And most importantly, it has a breathable atmosphere. And it's also where Uatu the Watcher lives.
People know about it?
A lot of superheroes know about the blue side of the moon, but the general populace of Earth does not.
I wish you well, X-Men. Today I must play the role of executioner, yet I would give anything to be fighting by your side.
The X-Men face hopeless odds, Majestrix, but they are exceptional beings. Suppose they win.
They will not win, Araki. You have my word on that.
And it is here that the X-Men must fight the Imperial Guard for their second time, but that's not all. They also have some giant robots and even a Skrull and a Kree ambassador in the fight, because the Skrull and the Kree nations have also sentenced the Phoenix, because the Phoenix is like a threat to everyone in the universe, okay? Meanwhile, you have Lilandra and Charles Xavier, who are back on her Imperial cruise ship, watching helplessly from their monitors.
Sounds like the fight's started without us.
Don't worry, though. There are probably more than enough villains to go around. You cannot hide from us, X-Men! You cannot escape! Colossus, take him down!
It will be my pleasure to vanish.
Behold the reason why.
I've only just begun to show you what I can do.
We're holding our own, but that's about it.
Smash you will finish him off!
Wanna bet?
Don't try to hide from me, Nightcrawler.
But she spotted me, but how? Yeah!
It will simply be a wasted effort. This hefty jolt of electricity suddenly took the bite out of your fuzzy friend in a hurry.
In fact, to get to any other members of the Imperial Guard, you'll first have to go through me!
And as the battle ensues, the X-Men are taking a serious beating.
No. Oh, my X-Men. I felt that you had a chance. I never dreamed things would end like this. Forgive me, my children. I know I will never forgive myself.
I want to comfort you, be with you in your hour of need, but I cannot. I am Empress. I must do my duty, no matter what it costs.
And now only Jean and Scott are left on their feet, and they're getting ready to make their last stand.
You're a special man, Scott Summers.
No more special than the woman I love. Ready?
Ready.
Then let's go!
And in that moment, Jean sees Scott cut down, which freaks her out and shatters all of her psychic barriers, and she once again becomes the Phoenix.
Everyone! The unofficial gravity's gone! Damage control! Report!
And as the Phoenix, she dispatches immediately all of their foes. The Imperial Guard are down for the count, so are the Skrulls, so are the Kree.
Captain, alert the Grand Fleet! Plan Omega! If we fail in our mission, burn this world, this system, this entire stellar cluster! Do whatever is necessary to ensure that Phoenix is destroyed!
And now it's up to the X-Men alone to stop the Phoenix. Xavier reaches out to them and he's like, you better get her now while her powers are still weak. And they do immediately. Cyclops blasts the building and all these stones fall on her. Storm sets a cyclone on her. And Wolverine even throws Colossus at her in a reverse fastball special since the gravity's lighter on the moon.
Like it or not, it's us, and maybe all humanity, or her!
Because he admits his love for Jean finally, and he asks Colossus to take care of killing her because Logan is afraid that he's gonna hesitate again, like last time. And unfortunately for him, Colossus is such a softie that he holds back as his fist connects with Phoenix's face. And she's actually kind of touched by his love for her. I mean, she's like, really? You pulled a punch on me? It was a really cute moment.
The Phoenix is a cosmic power. It can neither be contained nor controlled, especially by a human vessel. Return it to the cosmos, which is its home. Kill me!
No! It doesn't have to be like this!
But now, Jean can feel her power growing, and she can feel that she's starting to lose control again. And before she slips back into the Dark Phoenix persona entirely, she runs into one of the ancient alien structures as Cyclops runs after her.
You have an intellect, Jean, a will, a soul. Use them! Fight the dark side of yourself. We'll help you!
So Jean then pins Scott in place with her telekinetic powers, and she explains to him that she can't go on living with the knowledge of how many people that she's killed.
Your way, I'd have to stay completely in control of myself for every second of every day for the rest of my immortal life. If even one more person dies at my hands, it's better this way. Quick, clean, final. I love you, Scott. A part of me will always be with you.
Jean, no, don't!
And how she won't be able to ever guarantee control over her power. And she tells Scott that she loves him before setting off a disintegration ray from one of the forgotten weapons and allowing herself to be killed in front of the man she loves. saving the universe once more, only this time from herself. In the next issue, we witness the funeral of Jean Grey through the lens of Scott Summers, who thinks back on his relationship with her and recounts all of the many years of adventures they shared together as X-Men.
Please accept this gift. It is a holoempathic matrix crystal. Touch it, and you will not only see a three-dimensional image of Jean, but feel the essence of her personality as well. This way, a part of her will be with you always.
And when the funeral is over, Scott tells Xavier and the rest that he can't go back to the mansion with him, that the pain of this loss, this grief that he's carrying around is too great, and he has to go find some peace and sort himself out elsewhere for a little while. And as one door closes, another opens, as the very next day, Kitty Pryde shows up to the X-Mansion as their newest and youngest recruit. And so ends the Dark Phoenix saga. This story illustrates that despite their amazing abilities, these larger-than-life characters are just as susceptible to the same pitfalls as us very human readers. That absolute power corrupts absolutely, regardless of our best intentions. And the thing that I love most about the Dark Phoenix saga is the amount of respect and sincerity Chris Claremont shows not only to these characters, but also to his audience. He goes above and beyond, putting so much love and intelligence, so much drama and subtlety in a tale for his young readers, never writing down to them, not only trying to merely entertain them, but to consciously raise their awareness and, more importantly, the capacity for empathy.